Hello, I'm Joël Désiré, Product Solution Manager at Distech Control. I'm very pleased to be here to introduce you the latest Distech Control white paper about building a sustainable economy. I'm with Lauren Scott, our VP Marketing and Sustainability at Acuity Brand. Welcome, Lauren. And Ryan Sen, Vice President of Sales at Distech Control for the International. Our world is changing faster and faster as we tackle new challenges such as the cost of energy, climate change, and the new habits that have emerged from the 2 years of radical change. Taking in consideration all these changes, we decided to write a new white paper to see how the building sector can help meet these challenges. Today, we are here to discuss how buildings are playing an important part in the future we're shaping together. So Ryan, let's start with you. How do we operate a building with less resources? When do we need to heat, cool, clean, or schedule a maintenance in a specific space?
That's a great question, Joel. And so the short answer essentially is having a properly engineered, designed, programmed, and commissioned building automation system locally within the building to be able to control the mechanical equipment that's there, and all of which is usually done by what we call a building systems integrator. Now, that's the short answer. Let's dive a little deeper for the audience here. So first and foremost, what is paramount is the use of schedulers. Obviously, the precursor to building automation system was mechanical time clocks, right, turning things on and off. Today, we have more comprehensive scheduling functionality that's part of the core of any building automation system platform that essentially allows us to adjust to comfort settings when we need them. For instance, there's if no one's in a commercial office tower after 5 p.m., there's no need to run your heating or cooling. Schedules also should be both dynamic and accessible. So be it for a national retailer that requires global scheduling functionality across their portfolio, or a single facility or building operator that wants to be able to adjust schedules from their mobile device. And so today's schedules are an absolute minimum table stakes for energy management. But I want to take it a step further. I want to talk about sensors, more specifically intelligent sensors, those that not only allow us to adjust comfort settings when spaces or rooms are occupied, but also when they're unoccupied. I'm sure we all have been scolded by our parents at one point in time, hey, turn those lights off when you leave the room. Well, we can now automate that. We can also control ventilation based on indoor air quality. The concept of command control ventilation, which revolves around the amount of fresh air in the space based on CO2 levels, has been around for years. But today we can also leverage a wide range of IAQ or indoor air quality sensors that measure all kinds of particulate matter, essentially ensuring a truly healthy and safe atmosphere. We also allow for space optimization by using these sensors, for example, using janitorial services to clean space that may not be needed since it hasn't been used since the last cleaning. So we're able to do some really incredible things with these intelligent sensors. But more importantly, I want to talk about the trend today and moving forward. Today, we're seeing more and more sensors combined with AI or machine learning, especially at the edge of the building closer to the actual equipment or space being controlled. And using these algorithms, we're able to actually adjust comfort parameters or settings based on predicted behaviors. And this is relevant in today's world in the post-pandemic environment. This really fits the bill for hybrid workspaces, right, where we have some employees working remotely, some in the office. So again, very excited about the combination of these intelligent space sensors with AI and machine learning.
Thank you, Ryan. That's very inspiring, and it's good to see that there is a lot of way to improve and to decrease the energy consumption, as well as the well-being within the building. So Lauren, you're well placed about the sustainability, and that sustainability is a key for the future. So how smart buildings, smart cities, and smart grid will help to decrease the energy consumption?
It's a great question, Joel. A big part of the sustainability journey for cities and buildings will certainly be the transition towards electrification. And with this will be a much higher demand on the grid. So this is an excellent opportunity for us within our industry to be an active player with regards to that relationship with the grid, to be able to avoid some of those peak periods. For example, we might be able to be very smart about the consumption on site. This could touch areas, for example, electric vehicle charging stations. We could also look to limit usage of escalators and elevators depending on the occupancy in the building. There's also an opportunity for on-site energy storage opportunities within the built space to be able to help reduce that taxation on the grid itself. As we do this shift towards electrification, it's also really important to look at the quality of the grid. Right now in the United States, only 22% of energy comes from renewables. So as a result, right now we're all starting to do a shift from purely looking at energy consumption to actually looking at emissions of the built space. So if we are relying on non-renewable energy, we need to recognize that our emissions are still going to be quite high. So it will also be important for our buildings as active members of the smart city space to consider turning to renewable energy to complement our energy use within the built space. This might be things, for example, solar panels built on the building, geothermic opportunities within the built space, or using wind energy as well. So this is a whole new world for a lot of different organizations looking to do this shift, but it's definitely complementary to our efforts in terms of reducing our energy overall.
Thank you very much, Lauren. And indeed, it's a brand new domain that we have to tackle, and that we are currently tackling with Acuity brand and Distech Control. So it was just a little discussion about what we cover into this white paper. Just the tip of the iceberg, and we have much more to share with you. We'll be covering many aspects in our upcoming conference, Connect, in Dana Point in California. The team is working on a series of live on social media linked to our new white paper about the green recovery. So stay tuned and see you soon. Bye.